Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every coin has a history where history meets hidden fortune. Here I share real videos of rare and old coins, including pieces worth millions that can truly change a collector's life. If you love coin hunting, rare finds, and valuable treasures, this channel is your guide to the world of priceless coins. The 1841 $1 coin of the United States, officially known as the seated Liberty silver dollar, is one of the most historically rich and artistically significant silver coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint, representing an important era in American monetary, political, and economic development during the early 19th century, a time when the nation was still shaping its financial identity after surviving its formative decades. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, with a weight of approximately 26.73 grams, a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, and a reeded edge, the 1841 silver dollar followed the specifications set by the Coinage Act of 1837, which refined the weight and purity standards for U.S. silver coinage. The design was created by Christian Gobrecht, one of the most influential engravers in U.S. mint history, and it reflects neoclassical artistic ideals inspired by ancient Roman and Greek imagery, symbolizing liberty, democracy, and national strength. On the obverse, the coin features Lady Liberty seated on a rock, facing left, holding a liberty pole topped with a Phrygian cap in her left hand, a symbol long associated with freedom and emancipation, while her right hand rests on a shield inscribed with the word liberty, representing vigilance and readiness to defend the nation's ideals. 13 stars encircle the design, representing the original 13 colonies, with the date 1841 clearly displayed at the bottom. The reverse showcases a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching olive branches and arrows, signifying America's desire for peace but readiness for war, with the inscriptions, United States of America, and $1 prominently displayed, reinforcing the coin's authority as legal tender. The 1841 seated Liberty dollar was minted at two locations, the Philadelphia Mint No Mint Mark and the New Orleans Mint O Mint Mark, with Philadelphia producing approximately 173,000 coins, while New Orleans struck a significantly smaller number, estimated at around 80,000, making the 1841 O variety particularly desirable among collectors today. This period in U.S. history was marked by economic recovery following the Panic of 1837, a severe financial crisis that caused bank failures, unemployment, and widespread hardship, which directly influenced coin production levels and circulation patterns. As a result, many silver dollars from this era did not circulate heavily and were often used in banking reserves, international trade, or melted down, contributing to their scarcity today. The 1841 silver dollar saw limited everyday use in domestic commerce, as large silver dollars were often impractical compared to smaller denominations, yet they played a vital role in establishing trust in U.S. silver standards both at home and abroad, particularly in trade with Asia and Europe where silver coins were highly valued by weight and purity. From a numismatic perspective, the 1841 $1 is admired not only for its historical importance but also for its strike quality, die varieties, and condition rarity, with well-preserved examples, especially those graded extremely fine XF, about uncirculated O, or mint state MS, commanding substantial premiums in the collector market. Coins with strong details on Liberty's head, clear shield lines, and a fully struck eagle are especially prized, as weak strikes were common due to the technology of the era. Over time, natural silver toning has added aesthetic value to many surviving examples, with collectors favoring coins that exhibit original gray, golden, or rainbow patina rather than harsh cleaning, which can significantly reduce value. Today, the 1841 seated Liberty silver dollar stands as a powerful symbol of early American craftsmanship, economic resilience, and national identity. Bridging the gap between the classical ideals that inspired the nation's founders and the practical realities of a growing republic, making it not just a piece of silver, but a tangible artifact of American history that continues to captivate collectors, historians, and investors around the world. Beyond its basic specifications and visual appeal, the 1841 $1 seated Liberty silver dollar occupies a deeply important place in the broader narrative of American numismatics because it reflects the evolving philosophy of money, trust, and sovereignty in the United States during the mid-19th century, a time when the nation was still competing with foreign silver coins for acceptance in both domestic and international markets. During this era, Spanish silver dollars, Mexican pesos, and other foreign silver coins continued to circulate widely in the United States, especially in port cities and frontier regions, which pressured the U.S. Mint to produce silver dollars that matched or exceeded the global standards of weight and purity. The 1841 silver dollar met this challenge by adhering strictly to the refined standards introduced in the late 1830s, making it a respected coin in international trade, particularly in Asia where silver bullion value was often more important than national origin. Many 1841 dollars were shipped overseas or stored in treasury and bank vaults rather than circulating heavily among the general public, which explains why genuinely worn examples are scarcer than lightly circulated or even higher-grade survivors. Numismatists have identified several die marriages and minor varieties for the 1841 issue, including differences in star placement, date spacing, and eagle feather details, which add an extra layer of fascination for advanced collectors who specialize in seated Liberty dollars. The 1841 New Orleans issue, in particular, is notable for its often weak strikes, especially on the eagle's breast and Liberty's head, due to less refined minting equipment and inexperienced staff at the New Orleans Mint, which had only recently begun large-scale silver dollar production. Well-struck examples from this mint are rare and highly valued today. Historically, the year 1841 itself was significant in American politics, marking the short presidency of William Henry Harrison and the early administration of John Tyler, a period of political uncertainty that mirrored the nation's ongoing economic recovery, and coins from this year serve as silent witnesses to those transitions. Over the decades, the survival rate of the 1841 silver dollar has been shaped by melting during later periods of high silver demand, especially in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, further reducing the number of examples available to modern collectors. As a result, the coin has become increasingly respected not just for its age, but for its relative scarcity, originality, and connection to a formative chapter in U.S. monetary history. Today, collectors view the 1841 seated Liberty dollar as a cornerstone issue within the series, less common than later dates, historically richer than many earlier issues, and visually elegant, making it a coin that rewards deep study and long-term appreciation, embodying the artistry, ambition, and endurance of the United States during a pivotal stage of its development. From a collector's and investor's perspective, the 1841 seated Liberty $1 continues to gain attention because it sits at the intersection of historical importance, moderate rarity, and long-term value stability, qualities that are highly desirable in classic American silver coinage. In the modern numismatic market, demand for early seated Liberty dollars remains strong, particularly among collectors seeking to build complete date and mint sets are high-quality type examples that represent the elegance of mid-19th century U.S. coin design. The value of an 1841 dollar varies widely depending on mintmark, condition, originality, and eye appeal. Lower-grade circulated examples may trade at accessible levels for advanced hobbyists, while sharply struck, problem-free coins in about uncirculated or mint state condition can command very high premiums, sometimes reaching many thousands of dollars at major auctions. Coins with the New Orleans mint mark are especially scrutinized, as they are often found weakly struck or with adjustment marks, making fully original and well-centered examples extremely scarce. Collectors also pay close attention to surface quality, preferring coins with natural patina, minimal contact marks, and no evidence of cleaning, polishing, or artificial toning, since originality is one of the most critical factors in determining long-term desirability. The 1841 silver dollar is frequently certified and graded by leading third-party grading services, which helps protect buyers and sellers while also reinforcing the coin's status as a serious collectible asset. Beyond monetary value, however, the coin carries an educational and cultural significance that cannot be measured purely in price. Holding an 1841 silver dollar connects the collector directly to a time when the United States was still defining its national identity, expanding westward, and asserting its place in global commerce. Each surviving example has likely passed through generations, vaults, and historical events, making it a tangible survivor of nearly 2 centuries of American history. For many enthusiasts, this sense of continuity and preservation is what makes the 1841 seated Liberty $1 truly special, not merely as an object of silver, but as a historical document struck in metal, representing the endurance of American ideals, craftsmanship, and economic ambition across time. Another important aspect of the 1841 seated Liberty $1 lies in its artistic symbolism and cultural meaning, which reflects how Americans of the early 19th century viewed liberty, authority, and national pride through visual language. Christian Gobrecht's seated Liberty figure was a deliberate departure from earlier, more rigid portrayals of liberty, presenting instead a calm yet alert female form that embodied stability rather than rebellion, suggesting that the young republic had matured beyond its revolutionary origins and was now focused on permanence and order. The shield resting in Liberty's right hand symbolizes protection of the Constitution and the rule of law, while the Liberty pole and cap connect the coin to ancient Roman traditions and Enlightenment ideals that heavily influenced America's founders. This design choice was especially meaningful during the 1840s, when the nation was facing internal debates over banking, states' rights, territorial expansion, and economic policy. The imagery reassured citizens and foreign observers alike that the United States remained committed to liberty even as it strengthened its institutions. The reverse eagle, with its balanced display of arrows and olive branches, reinforces the message of cautious strength, peaceful intentions backed by military readiness, an important diplomatic statement at a time when America's role on the world stage was still evolving. Over the decades, the seated Liberty design became one of the longest-running motifs in U.S. coinage, appearing on multiple denominations and shaping how generations of Americans visually understood their national values. The 1841 dollar, as part of this enduring series, therefore represents more than a single year's production. It is a snapshot within a larger artistic and ideological continuum that helped define American coinage for half a century. For modern collectors and historians, studying this coin offers insight into how art, politics, and economics intersected in everyday objects, demonstrating that even a single silver dollar from 1841 can serve as a powerful lens through which to understand the aspirations, challenges, and self-image of the United States during a critical phase of its development. In addition to its artistic and historical symbolism, the 1841 seated Liberty $1 provides valuable insight into the technological limitations and minting practices of the United States Mint during the early Victorian-era period, when coin production was still largely dependent on manually prepared dies and steam-powered presses that lacked the precision of modern machinery. Each 1841 silver dollar was struck from hand-engraved dies, meaning that no two coins are perfectly identical, a fact that has allowed numismatists to study subtle differences in lettering, star alignment, denticle spacing, and eagle feather detail to identify specific die pairs and production sequences. Planchet preparation was also far less uniform than today. Silver blanks were cut, weighed, and adjusted by hand, which sometimes resulted in adjustment marks, fine lines intentionally filed into the surface to bring the coin to proper weight, features that are historically acceptable and even expected on genuine early silver dollars. Striking pressure often varied from coin to coin, leading to uneven detail, especially on high points such as Liberty's knee, head, and the eagle's breast, which is why sharply struck $1841 are considered exceptional. The New Orleans Mint, still relatively new in 1841, faced additional challenges including humidity, inconsistent metal quality, and less experienced staff, all of which contributed to the softer strikes commonly seen on 1841 issues. Transportation and storage conditions further influenced the survival of these coins, as many were stacked in canvas bags, shipped by ship or wagon, and stored in vaults where contact marks and bag friction naturally occurred over time. From a historical research standpoint, these imperfections tell a story of early American industry and craftsmanship, revealing how much effort and human skill were required to produce reliable coinage for a growing nation. Rather than diminishing the coin's appeal, these characteristics enhance its authenticity and charm, reminding collectors that the 1841 seated Liberty dollar was not a mass-produced modern object, but a carefully crafted product of its time, shaped by human hands, evolving technology, and the practical realities of a young industrial republic.